Hey everyone, it's Kothis, and we have another Solo Flawless Master Lost Sector guide for the Concealed Void today on Europa. I, again, am not using anything meta. I don't have any exotics equipped, and I do have pretty good weapons, but I'm not relying on a specific weapon or a specific perk for anything. I have bait and switch on my linear fusion rifle, but I'm not using it just for that purpose. So you can put on any solar linear fusion if you want. I did try this with a rocket launcher, and it was just annoying. Usually with barrier servitors, they will teleport right when you shoot your rocket, so you just waste a rocket. Linear fusions, having that instant connect is pretty nice, but either way, kill the enemies at the start here, and then this overload captain will come out to play there. Just make sure to take him out, and I did get lucky right here. Normally this doesn't happen, but the barrier servitor just decided to hang out right there, which allowed me to clear him pretty easily. Normally he's going to hang out in that Vex milk pool area just ahead with all of the other enemies, so if that happens, and it probably will, just make sure to take out one enemy at a time, and then kind of hang behind cover. You can go back as far as you want when you need, but either way, it can be pretty overwhelming if you try and take everything on at once. So just use your solar abilities if you have them. I like to make sure I'm running solar here because the solar burn just makes a massive difference, so you will do way more damage. And this next section, as the enemies spawn in, I like to wait for this overload captain to appear. He should be appearing here. There he is. So take him out real quick. It only takes a couple shots with the linear fusion. If you crit all of them, that is. I whiffed a shot right there. And then this barrier servitor is going to be hanging out on the left. But make sure to take out any shanks that you can if they're not protected yet. So a couple shots to the barrier servitor, and then make sure you're ready to pop the shield. This barrier servitor can go down into the Vex Milk area, which is incredibly annoying because he has a very difficult spot to shoot because you're getting shot at everyone else. So if anything delays your run, it's going to be this part right here. There's just a ton of enemies, and they're all protected. It's just an extremely troll move in this Lost Sector, but either way, it's fine. You're just going for the Solo Flawless here, so it doesn't matter how long it takes you. Of course, if you are trying to farm this, which is what you want to, of course, end up doing, any sort of, like, Gjallarhorn would probably work really good with the tracking missiles. I know I said rockets aren't great earlier, but Gjallarhorn is just in a league of its own. Any exotic piece of armor will help you as well. So whatever you can do to improve on this, make sure to do that. This is just showing you kind of like a baseline build that you can build off of. And I know I am on Titan here, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not completely relying on any of the Titan's abilities, which is nice. So if you're a hunter or a warlock, you can pretty much copy the same strategy. There's a lot of benefit to, like, hunter is very strong solar with the trip mine knives that you have there. They're just so amazing. And you'll see I like to take this guy out. He can just do kind of a lot of damage, so it was worth the risk there, but you can always, of course, just hang back if you want to. But either way, there's one overload right up ahead. Take out the sniper if you can, and then use your bow to stun the overload. And if you are running low on heavy ammo here, that's completely fine. Bows and overloads are nice in that you can just kind of lock an enemy in place by continuing to shoot them with a bow. They won't remain stunned, but they also don't move, and they won't regenerate their health. You'll actually see that up ahead here on the next overload that spawns in. But right here, I'm just waiting for the enemies to pop in, see if I could throw them a grenade or something like that, but they didn't end up doing that, so that's totally fine. Just a few wretches here. They have a melee attack that can do a little bit of damage if you let them overwhelm you, but it's not too bad. This next part here will kill you if you don't know what to expect. So you have one wave of exploding shanks that pop out, and then you need to kill all of them, step on this next part, and immediately turn around and run back because another wave of shanks spawn in. So if you just go in full send right there, you're going to get dominated. But yeah, very easy to just kind of destroy these guys. Hang back. Again, you can go as far back as you want, so there is all the opportunity for safety right here. But we have one overload captain that will usually kind of hang out right there. Sometimes he pops into that little alleyway on the left side in that little cubby hole area, But we got him locked out here. I'm trying to conserve some of my linear fusion. And you'll see I'm just kind of locking him in place there. You can shoot him all the way if you want, but decided to just quickly kill him. It's fine. I had enough ammo left. And then we'll have one more barrier servitor, and this is our last champion. So not too bad. I believe this guy used to be in older seasons. I think this used to be at the boss fight, if I can remember correctly. There's so many lost sectors, I kind of lose track of what actually happens, but either way, we are at the boss room. There are just a few dregs and vandals that we have to take care of here. Nothing difficult, but once the last enemy is destroyed, the boss will spawn in along with a lot of other adds. So that's why we had this nice safe area in the back, so we can easily run back to cover if we need to. There's a boss. I'm going to pop my super right here. If you have a blade barrage, if you're a hunter, very good. But if you don't want to take the risk, that's completely fine too. Just hang back in that back area. I'm going to retreat once my super is done. But yeah, about 50% health, which is pretty nice. So kind of regroup back here. This is your safe zone. Enemies will not come past there. So you're always good to chill back there. We do have one more regular red bar servitor left over with a void shield. So that's why I got my void scout here. Any void scout will work. So again, don't feel like you have to use the exact same weapons that I'm using. Just try and get as close as you can, at least to the obviously you want a scout rifle running anti-barrier, and try and get void if you can as well. But yeah, we'll just kind of finish off the boss here. Again, I could have used bait and switch to do way more damage, but I decided not to. If you don't have that, that's kind of like a more difficult thing to get, so I wanted to make this as accessible as possible. And yeah, 6.5 minutes, not too bad. Got myself an exotic here too, which is nice. But keep a lookout for my other Solo Flawless Master Lost Sector guides. I will always try to make them as accessible as possible. Of course, you can get way faster times than this. This is not meant to be a speed run, just showing you a very accessible build that you can build off of. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.